Just outside the busy town of Marlow, along a quiet stretch of the Thames, sits one of UK's most successful rowing clubs. For over a century, athletes here have trained, competed and pushed the limits of the sport. Founded in 1871, Marlow Rowing Club has built a reputation for excellence.
Winning the Whitefall Challenge Cup.
Producing Olympians, world-class athletes and national champions. Its legacy runs deep.
The biggest boat of all! The biggest medal! British gold! Oh man, how about that?
Their junior program is the root to some of this success. This year's A Quad has been performing to high standards set by previous juniors.
My name is Peter and I run the junior program here at Marlow. It's serious at the top, a little bit more less serious as you go down the age groups, but most of all it's fairly enjoyable the whole time. I think it's the atmosphere, it's the dynamic we have. It's, you know, we've got good quality equipment, we've got good coaches, there's success, there's lots of Henley finals, lots of national schools medals, and also most people come here from the Learn to Row when they're 13, 14. Yeah, I suppose there's like Steve Redgrave and Zach Purchase was a Marlow member, but you know, that's many years ago. I think the real basic for particularly the older kids when they're J16, 17, 18 is to be very self-sufficient and they can manage themselves well. So if the kids are organise themselves, they organise their own, own schedule, their own diary, they just self-motivated to come down, get the training done, do it properly. That's what I expect of them, and I think that's the biggest thing that makes them good. The discipline of it, the training discipline, and the way that reflects into their schoolwork is incredibly important. The training is tough, but it normally means if they can do this, they normally take on their exams and everything else really well.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm John. I've been rowing at Marlow for 6 years, and I'm bow seat of the quad. So yeah, I'm at the back of the boat. I have to steer with my foot, make sure I don't hit any buoys or obstacles, take looks over my shoulders, make sure they don't hit anything basically.
I'm Max Rowson. I joined Marlow partway into the J17 season. Last year I was the 3 seat of the boat and the 2 seat, and this year I am the stroke seat of the boat. Stroke seat sets the rhythm, the whole boat backs me up and I tell them how fast to go.
My name is James. I am 3 seat in the quad. My role is to give that nice rhythm down the boat following Max. I've been rowing for 5 years now, I think. Yeah, since I was in year 9, so quite a while.
I'm Alex. I've been rowing since the start of J16 and I started rowing at Marlow. So that's like 3 years or 2.5 years. And I'm at 2, so I kind of just row hard and provide I row hard and sometimes I make the calls.
So my name's Luca. I was the bowman of the first quad. So we were, the steering, the calls, that was me. I've been rowing 5 years now, I think. Yeah, 5 years. So started in J13.
I mean, when I came to Marlow, I hadn't rowed before, but I did the Learn to Row in the summer, and I really liked it with my brother. And then we joined. I think we talked to Pete, and he said, "Oh, you should join." And then we talked to, I think it was Monty. Well, he basically recommended it, so then we joined. And basically, yeah, we've been rowing since then.
Well, I'd always drive over Marlow Bridge there, and I was initially playing football, and I was pretty poor at it. And my dad was like, "Oh, you're pretty tall, you should give rowing a shot." So eventually we did the learn to row course here. I didn't like it for the first 2 years or something, and then I don't know, something clicked and I just ended up enjoying it. Yeah, and it was good fun and stuck with me ever since.
I honestly didn't enjoy rowing as much when I did the learn to row course, but when I joined in J14, I really liked the facilities we have here, and I really enjoyed the rowing and the community that it felt in Marlow, so I really enjoyed that.
I just think it was a good atmosphere. I always felt welcome here, and it was just a really nice place to be. Initially, when I was younger, obviously, the rowing was less serious, so it was more of kind of just a social thing. But then, as you go through the age groups, it ramps up, and I really got to enjoy that process. And yeah, it's just a really good atmosphere to be in.
I think the best thing about rowing at Marlow is definitely the squad depth. There's so much talent in 9 J18 boys that no one's seat is guaranteed, and just make sure everyone's just pushing themselves constantly to get that next seat.
What can I say about this piece of river? It's really the only piece of river I've ever properly trained on. I haven't rowed anywhere else, so for me it's like home, yeah.
That group of boys will be they are lifetime friends that they've made here. They all train hard. I think they love the routine. Boys in particular love the routine of it and the steadiness of it, and it's sort of it's been a real asset to their lives, and as they have been to ours. And I think the friendships that they have forged here is very special, and it's great to see that.
The quads. It's difficult at times, but I think it's probably the most rewarding thing I've been a part of in my life. So, to go out there with the boys and do stuff and just improve a little bit every session is, it's a great feeling. And I think when it's going well, and even when it's not, to be honest, it's just, it's a great thing to be a part of, really.
The boat itself is very nice. It's a relatively new Felipe. Pretty much all in working order. Sometimes things come a bit loose, but we manage. The quad itself, it's a good range, big and small. All in all, it's a very strong crew.
3 words to describe the quad, I'd say big titanium balls.
I think we can all adapt to each other. Last year, we were all trialing, so we'd all single a lot. That didn't really help because we all have our individual technique. But then this year, it's only ever really been the quad. I don't think I've ever done a single this year. And it's really showing. We're rowing pretty much just one now, and it's really nice. Yeah, working well together.
I think some of the most basic things are you've got to be strong, and you've got to want to do it, and you've got to want to do the training. The racing is really the top 5% of their year, and the rest of its whole training is something to being able to focus your goals, have long-term goals, short-term goals. And I think, being physically strong, fit, want to be here, want to train hard, they make the best juniors. I think for us it's been built up over the last 4 or 5 years, from when they're in J14 and J15 and then J16. We didn't push them overly hard at the younger age, and they're sort of in the B final as 16s. And then last year they're starting to make into the A finals of junior 18 races, and then they beat Leander on the Thursday at Henley Royal, which was absolutely brilliant. That group of guys are so committed and have absolutely the best attitude we've ever seen from juniors, and they're always here, they're reliable, and it's so exciting to be part of it and to watch them get better and better and better. And some of the recent stuff they've done is the best junior quad we've ever had, which is super exciting, and it's been great to be part of it.
Well, we've always kind of rode in quads, but I think this crew this year is a lot faster and a lot more finely tuned than the ones that I've rode in previous years. So I think that's really exciting and really special. I think we had a bit of a weird season last time. Last year we were a bit inconsistent, but I felt like we had a great base coming into this year, and I thought we could do something really special with the base that we had, and we could grow really nicely into this season. So yeah, for me it was just the mental strength, just being able to push myself even further than I already have been with the physicality, and just kind of making sure I leave it all out there when it comes to race day.
It's definitely been up and down. Definitely started well and it was going well. Sadly, I mean, I got a disc injury about 6 weeks ago, so that's meant I haven't been able to race regatta season this year so far. But the goal is to be back in for Marlow International, and then in for Henley as well, hopefully. So, just getting on the road to recovery. But I think overall, the season's been going well, I'd say. Boys have been doing good.
Mixed emotions, I'd say. It's tough because obviously he's my friend, I've been with him for a long time. But then again, it gives me a chance to prove myself in the boat. Coming into the boat, I think the main thing for me was, even before we did any rowing in the new quad, it was just convincing the 3 other guys in the boat that this has the potential to go fast. Even with me and Luca, before we did any bit on the water, just this could go fast, and giving them the confidence that sort of I will bring speed that they didn't have. Of course, there's always pressure with these things, especially having the pressure of steering, because they trusted Luca to steer them through the course, and now they have to put that trust in me. So they could race perfectly. They could all be in time, catches in, watts are good. But if I mess up the steering and I crash in the last 250 meters, then the whole race is void and nothing really mattered in the end.
Yeah, it kind of. So there were a few, like James and Max have been in it basically the whole way through, and then Luca obviously got injured, which is really bad, and then I came into it about halfway through the season. But yeah, so it hasn't changed too much, but it's like.
Well, this year they've came along massively. I think they were sort of kicking around 4th or 5th, maybe 6th last year in the A final for J18s. And then, this year they've won the fours head of the river. I think they're 4th at Schools Head. They were 3rd at Junior Sculling Head. They've sort of been thereabouts around the top.
Early in the season, we focused mostly on mileage and just cracking out the miles and just kind of sticking at the training as best we could, even though it was a bit boring at times. And I thought that our mentality towards the training was really good at the beginning of the season, and now as well, but yeah. I'd say we need to focus even more on just being locked in on race day and just delivering and making sure that we're performing to our highest level every time and keeping that consistency through every race.
I think it's getting faster and faster. In terms of the crew, just kind of rowing together, and yeah, I think just rowing together, rowing well. A lot of us are quite strong, but sometimes it's just like applying the physiology to like going quicker. And especially for me, I think, I can't really speak for anyone else, but for me, I think a big challenge is always like making sure that the boat's going quickly, like just trying hard, just like ripping it doesn't necessarily work. So I think it's probably been the biggest challenge for me.
I wouldn't say I had to learn anything specifically, because I mean, the coach has done a good job. We've all rowed together quite a lot, not in this boat, but over the years in the different boats, we've spent a lot of time together. So I guess that is the good thing. We can sort of hop into a boat and just with sort of minimal time, get the boat ticking along quite quickly. I think it's definitely recovered, I'd say. I mean, we've had some really great results. I mean, we won Caversham on 2 out of 3 races there. Marlow, the top quad, hasn't done that for a long time. So definitely, it's credit to the other 3 boys for being able to row with me.
Well, I think because those guys have rotated around a lot over the years, they all know each other quite well, and they're all pretty close. I think it's pretty easy for anyone to be in it, and I think they're so used to rowing together that actually being able to continue with good speed has been great to see.
I think just like staying happy, staying kind of relaxed, like it's all really just like a game. It's like, so yeah, just staying smiling, maybe staying happy, staying loose.
Oh, when I get wet, I always get very, very grumpy if I'm not in the stroke seat and if the person in front of me is splashing. So a lot of the time that was Luca. Sometimes it's James, sometimes it's Alex, but I think Luca and I's rivalry is definitely a rivalry. But we always manage to make up before, get out of the water. We always say, oh yes, I'm sorry about this, sorry about that, make up. It's only technique we don't like, we love each other as a crew, but when we're getting wet, not very nice.
Of course I'm enjoying it. I'm in the A Quad. It is a privilege, especially coming up to, being able to race at Caversham. That's really lovely, because I mean, it's the GB training centre. Who wouldn't want to race as much as they can in front of GB scouts, basically?
I mean, it's definitely because of the timing and all. It was pretty difficult, because obviously, to spend the whole season there, or we were doing good, and then just kind of suddenly have to take time away, step aside, be in the gym the whole time. It's pretty difficult, but at least you get to work on your fitness, right? So it's all right. Yeah, there's better things, but you get to go on the balcony, which is pretty nice. I can watch some nice rowing going on. Feel the breeze. Yeah. No, I think like I said earlier, the atmosphere is really good here, and it's a great kind of team spirit. So even when you're not in the boat, and even when I was in the boat, across the whole squad, everyone's very involved, and so that just meant that even when I've stepped away now, it's not been too bad. Obviously they're doing their sessions, but I'll always get updates. And I went out on the launch a couple of days ago, and it's pretty good. It's nice to see how it's going. So yeah, going fast. Yeah, haven't been able to do that one for a while for me, because of the you don't go very quick on a static bike, do you? But yeah, I'd say that's probably it. And then just being with the guys, just being in the huddles, etc. Those kind of things. It's the little things like that. But yeah, what can you do? You'll be all right. Yeah, like I said, it's definitely the timing of it that makes it the most annoying as well. And then also with A-levels, those two things it's not a great time to have back injury. But you gotta roll with the punches. Nothing you can do, just recovery. Getting back into it. I've started erging again. I don't know if you saw me today. Yeah, a little bit of the erg. But yeah, started doing that again. Weight's going well. Fitness is good from the biking. So I think it's just kind of starting to get back into boats, really. I think that's the plan over the next 2 weeks. Start getting into small boats. And then from there, just working on getting the intensity back up and hopping back into a quad, hopefully. Well, just maximise the last couple of races we've got together, try and get some wins, some good medals, and then train hard coming into Henley and see what we can do. Simple. Just being with everyone again, being with the guys. I think that's basically it. Sorry, it's simple, but just being part of it again. Yeah, getting the boat moving, getting the improvements on, feeling all of that. Yeah, it's fun. It's rewarding.
Behind closed doors at the GB Training Centre, some of the quickest schoolboy quads in the country gathered for a private fixture. Among the crews invited was Marlow.
I think for the crew it gives them lots of confidence, and it doesn't mean much really, to be absolutely honest. But on the grand scheme of things, because it's not an official event, it was just a training fixture. But what it does show them is that they've got incredible speed, and that they've got to now utilise in actual races, and it shows they can do it. I think for them it's a real confidence that they are just as good as anyone else in the field, and it's up to them and us now to try and get the most out of them. The ones on Saturday, that they could actually do some seriously good stuff. But what it tells me that it's in there, that's the biggest thing, is that they've actually are able to produce good speed, and now they've got to go and do it on an actual race where the pressure is really on them.
Oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Where you gonna run to? All on that day, will I run to the rock? Please hide me and run to the rock. Please hide me and run to the rock. Please hide me, Lord, all on that day. But the rock cried out, I can't hide you, the rock cried out. I can't hide you, the rock cried out. I ain't gonna hide you down. All on that day, I said, rock, what's the matter with you, rock? Don't you see I need you, rock? Lord, Lord, Lord. Hold on.
Psychic spies from China try to steal your mind's elation, and little girls from Sweden dream of silver screen quotation. And if you want these kind of dreams, it's Californication.
Before the races, I just saw it as, well, just another training day. You know, it was, in my head, it was never really going to be anything special. I was expecting 5th or something. But, you know, going into it as well, my back being quite sore, and I wasn't sure how well it would hold up. So, you know, dosing up all kinds of ibuprofen, paracetamol, whatever happens, happens, and I do my best.
I think we were focusing on just keeping everything really simple and just going out there and keeping the race plan nice and simple, and our start sequence, making sure we execute that well, and then just making sure we get off the blocks and get into our race rhythm as quickly as we can. And I think we did that very well.
Yeah, more or less. We were gonna just sort of, our aim for the day was just to kind of have a good start because we'd been working on that, and then just kind of give everyone a good race and be competitive with it. And yeah, so yeah, I felt quite ready. I felt quite ready just to race, just give it a good go.
We got the starts nailed down. The starts have been really good now. You know, a small change with Pete. He was saying, "Oh, up the rate, do whatever you need to," and that worked very well for our crew. I think between Wallingford, or I don't know some of the race, I don't know the names, but between 2 weekends of racing, we went from 5th to 3rd, just from a small change off the start. And we've always been really strong through the middle, but the starts have been where we lose, you know, 3/4 of full boat length. And Caversham, it was very, very different.
It was actually a very good race from our point of view. We knew what we had to do. Our start wasn't there at JSR the week before. We knew we had to just race to the 1K and try and hold on, which we did pretty well. I think we were 3rd coming through the 1K, and then we just managed to hold it on longer than anyone else. And that is basically what Pete had said at the very start of the year, but we hadn't managed to execute it, but we did on Caversham, so it was a good race.
What made it successful? The winning. Convincingly winning it, I think. From my seat, it was always very close. I'd look over, and because it strokes it, you know, right at the back of the boat, it feels like you're very much in the action. So I try to keep my eyes in the boat, you know, quick glance here or there, but nothing I can do from my position. No point looking around beyond setting a good rhythm for the boat. I'm happy with how it went, I think.
I think just staying really, really like relaxed, really chill. Just obviously not too relaxed where you don't care, but just kind of turning up and rowing and racing hard and racing well and just giving it a good go against the other boats.
I'm very sceptical. So when we were beating Windsor Boys, I was thinking, some kind of scheming from their crew, you know, let's back off a bit, give them hope or something. But Tideway as well, and then, you know, Borlays as well, who've been beating us, and I think they beat Windsor Boys. The fact we beat them all, you know, they can't all have been scheming against us. So there was a very much satisfaction getting to the end and being like, we've done something quite good here. This seems to be going well.
I mean, it's really good to see. I'm really happy for them. Obviously, like, you know, there's an element of me wanting to get back into it, but I think it's more me seeing how well they're doing. It kind of makes me. I'm proud of them, and like it makes me kind of want to be able to be a part of that again. I'd say that's kind of more of the thing. So yeah, I'd say there's definitely an element of motivating me, because you know, it's never good to be on the sideline of it, but you know, it's nice to see it happening. It's good.
It was, well, for me, I couldn't see much at the end of that race. It was all stars and blurry. Tried not to throw up.
You can improve really anything, but I think like just rowing more together, just like certain technical things for me, and I don't know about anyone else, but yeah, that I know I need to improve on.
I think it felt very quick, yeah. I think there's always more that we could have done, but it did feel very good that day, yes.
And being able to work hard, just always trying to improve tiny bits, always keeping your foot on the gas.
Yeah, I think that's the fastest we've gone as of now in the season, yeah. But I think we can go faster, so that's good.
Yeah, I was a bit worried about it, especially being in the bow seat. I hadn't been in bow seat for probably coming up on a year. I'd steered from stroke more recently, but not from bow. So I was a little bit cautious about what might happen, but it's gone well at the moment. So I think it's going well.
We haven't really spoken about that. We all say, oh yeah, let's win Henley, but we've never really sat down and said, that's going to be our aim for the season. I think we all have our own goals that we have in mind, but the one I hear the most is winning Henley, and I think I've always had a very strong belief in that, and I really want to win Henley. And, you know, I've always been very vocal about it, but I think now as well, the boys are joining in. They're, you know, agreeing, if they haven't already. And after Caversham, we feel like we're in a really strong position to actually go out there and win Henley.
They've set themselves high expectations, and that's probably another thing is they've got to expect themselves to be operating at that level.
It could be quite something.
Keep the thing very simple, keep getting better, keep finding tiny 0.5% improvements here and there, extracting everything out of themselves in training to get the most important bits out of the racing. They've done the bulk of the work. This is the last little bit of their junior rowing. They've got really 6 weeks left of rowing. I think they just want to try and get every bit out of themselves and leave no stone unturned.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we got Nat Schools in, it's just under a week now. So pressure's definitely building, but we've given ourselves a lot of confidence from 2 weeks ago at Caversham that we didn't have before. And I think that's definitely put us in the right sort of frame of mind to then come into Nat Schools and hopefully get the job done.
I think so. Nat Schools isn't that special. It's just another thing. I'm very sure we can make the A final though, and you know that's going to be a good race. I think, you know, top crews in the country. It will be very strong, very fast, but it's going to be fun. And then in, you know, Henley, hopefully we can. Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to pre-qualify at this rate, but getting to the finals, that would be something, and actually winning it, you know, probably one of the best ways to end the season. Can't really beat winning Henley.
Well, I think what I don't know, and I think what they've shown so far is that they are capable of something very, very good.
I think so. I think we have the speed to do it. I just think we just need to perform on the day, and then we'll be fine. Yeah.
This weekend should be fun. Still a bit apprehensive, you know. You can't say Caversham was great if you can't repeat it. So I think as a crew, we're going to have to try and go out there this weekend, repeat it, and make sure it wasn't just a fluke. Once is a coincidence, twice is starting to show something, and then, you know, 3 times undeniable. But I think, you know, if we can go into the next 2 races up into Henley and keep that lead, even just that closeness to these boys, we could be in a very, very good position.
I am very excited for Henley and Nat Schools next week as well. I think that's it's kind of like topping it off. This is the end of our junior career. Let's just go out with a bang. So I'm really looking forward to that, yeah.
Yes, very much. I'm very looking forward to racing at Henley because it'll be my first time. And yeah, I think it'll be a very big privilege to race at like all those big regattas, big events.
Yeah, you know, for Luca, he's obviously going to come back into the rowing, but he's got his own things to do first, so being able to row again properly on the water.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it'll be a good one. Henley's definitely probably the thing. Well, I mean, everyone says that. You know, it's the thing that you look forward to most in your calendar. You know, there's no environment quite like it, to be honest. You know, so yeah, I think it'll be. Hopefully, if I can get back in for that, fingers crossed, that'll be the thing I'm looking forward to most. Just kind of getting on with that. And then seeing what we can do there. Because that's obviously, ultimately, that's the last race that we're going to have together as a crew. But yeah, so just getting those last few runs down the course with the boys, I think that's it, probably, yeah.
When Luca comes back, I think I just have to try and prove that I deserve this seat too. I know that I'm good enough because I stroked the Henley boat last year. I was 3 seat, 4th head of the river this year where we won. So I know that I am good enough to have a seat in the quad. I just need to sort of step up to the challenge and prove to the coaches and selection team that I deserve to be in the quad. Of course, you have to keep fighting.
You know, for things like Henley Royal, there's so many things have to go right. You've got to be able to steer it well. You've got to be on your, execute your race plan. You've got to get down the course safely. There's so many things, and it's racing at places like Henley is more than just the fastest crew. It's the crew with being able to handle the intense environment that it is. And so I don't know, but they've got all the ingredients to do something special, and it's about trying to get that out on the right day. But to me, I think it's anyone's game at the minute.
So,
That's it.
damn, my fame is over.
Ooh, you did it. Okay.
Look at that. Perfect. No worries, man. Woo!
Thank you.
Hurrah.
Very good. Thank you. Very good.